Hello everyone. The topic of today's discussion is osmosis, which is a colligative property. Before going to the main topic, we will first learn about different types of membranes. Let us have a membrane, a smaller sphere representing a solvent molecule and a bigger sphere representing solute particle. If the membrane is such that it allows the passage of solvent molecules as well as solute particles through it, the membrane is called permeable membrane. For example, plant cell wall, floor grating, contact lens, coffee filter, etc. Let's talk about a second type of membrane. If the membrane is such that it allows the passage of solvent molecules and does not allow the passage of solute molecules through it, the membrane is called semi-permeable membrane. Example includes pig bladder, parchment membrane, cellophane, etc. Let us have a third type of membrane. If the membrane is such that it does not allow the passage of both the solvent and solute molecules through it, the membrane is called impermeable membrane. For example, clay, polythene sheet, etc. Now we are going to talk about a special type of membrane that allows passage of certain molecules, be it solvent or solute, via different active or passive transport mechanism and does not allow passage of other. This type of membrane are called selective permeable membranes. Examples of this type of membranes are cell membrane, nuclear membrane, etc. Now come to the main topic, osmosis. To understand osmosis, let's have a container. Divide it into two parts by putting a semi-permeable membrane. In the left compartment, put solvent, and in the right compartment, put a solution having the same solvent. Here, big spheres represent solute molecules, while small spheres represent solvent molecules. In the left compartment, there are only solvent molecules, so the concentration of solute will be 0% and concentration of solvent will be 100%. In the right compartment, there are both the solvent and solute molecules. So the concentration of solute will be greater than 0% and concentration of solvent will be less than 100%. Or we can say that the concentration of solute is higher in the right compartment and the concentration of solvent is higher in the left compartment. Because of this concentration difference, solute molecules will tend to move towards the left but will not be able to enter the left compartment because a semi-permeable membrane does not allow the passage of solute molecules through it, while the solvent molecules will enter the right compartment from the left one, passing through the semi-permeable membrane. This process of flow of solvent molecules from lower solute concentration to higher solute concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. This process will also happen when two solutions with different concentrations are separated by a semi-permeable membrane. This process continues till the equilibrium is reached. So, osmosis can be defined as a process of movement of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from a less concentrated solution to a more concentrated solution. Osmotic pressure. To understand osmotic pressure, let's have a container with two compartments separated by a semi-permeable membrane. Fill the left compartment with the solvent and the right compartment with the solution. Now, because of osmosis, solvent molecules will start entering into the right compartment from the left compartment through the semi-permeable membrane. We can prevent this process by applying a pressure on the solution. The minimum amount of pressure required to apply on the solution to prevent osmosis when a solution and solvent are separated by a semi-permeable membrane is called osmotic pressure of that solution. Calculation of molar mass of solute from osmotic pressure of solution. Now we will learn the formula for calculating molecular weight of solute from osmotic pressure of solution. Pi is equal to I into C into R into T, where pi is osmotic pressure of solution in atmosphere, I is want-up factor, C is molarity of solution, R is gas constant, which is equal to 0.0821 liter atmosphere mole inverse Kelvin inverse. We know that C is equal to N2 upon V, where N2 is the number of moles of solute and V is volume of solution in liter. N2 upon V can be written as W2 upon M2 divided by V. Rearranging this will give us W2 upon M2 into V, where W2 is weight of solute in gram and M2 is molar mass of solute in gram per mole. From equation number 1 and 2, we can write pi is equal to I into W2 into R into T upon M2 into V. Thus, using equation number 3, we can calculate molar mass of solute if we know the value of I, W2, T and V.